Hey, what is up everyone? Norman from Future Studio University here, and this is the second part in our custom fonts on Android series. If you haven't seen the first part, you might want to do so right now, so we'll see the basics. I've linked it in the description below. So let's review what we have done in the last video. We have added an asset with a custom font. We have created a typeface from the assets and set it to your text view. Now in this video, we want to improve two things. First, we want to generalize this code. Right now we're going to create a new typeface every time, and it's a fairly expensive operation. So we're going to attempt to implement a cache, which will only create the typeface once, and then just return it from memory every single time. And the second part of the video is going to get rid of this part. So where the typeface is automatically set without calling set typeface every single time. So let's get started. So the first part is to generalize this code. So we're going to create a new class font cache. So the font cache has one public method, which is going to return a typeface. We're going to call getTypeface, and the input is going to be a string and the font name. For now, we're going to copy and paste the one line we had over here, and we're going to return the typeface. Let's fix the typo. And we see that the getAssets method is not available. So we're going to add the context to the parameters and call context getAssets. Alright, next we're going to replace this back here with the actual font name. And now we have a general getTypeface method which we can call from anywhere. So if we want to use it over here, we can just say font cache getTypeface. We're going to pass the context, which is main activity, and the font name. And we can remove this line. Now, unfortunately, this font cache is still not very efficient. It will create a new typeface every single time. So what we need is a cache. Now, generally, the best way to cache it on Android is to create a hash map. Now we are creating a hash map because in the future we want to have multiple typefaces. So maybe we want to have Source Sans Pro Regular, we want to have Source Sans Pro Bold, and maybe another font. So we want to store multiple fonts. Alright, we have our font cache, and now we have to adjust our code down here. So instead of creating it every single time, we're going to try to access our font cache. So we're going to say font cache, and the key is going to be the font name. If this code gets called from the very first time, it's not going to be in the font cache. So we have to check if typeface is null. If it's null, we have to create it. So we're going to say, okay, typeface, and additionally put it in the cache. We're going to put it in the cache with the font name and the typeface. Now if the getTypeface method gets called again with the exact same font name, it's going to deliver it from the cache, and we don't have to create it from the asset again. This is a very efficient way because if the app has to reduce its memory, it just can delete or reduce the font cache and free up the memory. If the getTypeface method gets called again, we can just create the asset again. So this is the first part. We have created a font cache, which makes it very convenient to call the getTypeface method from anywhere in the code. and it provides the typefaces memory efficient. So let's move on to the second part. So I've promised you, we can get rid of this set typeface method. This is super useful if you have tons of text views and multiple views and you want to change the font everywhere. So what we're going to do is create a new class, which you're going to call custom TextView. Now this custom TextView is going to extend from the regular TextView class. Now it already prompts you that it needs constructors, so let's create them. What we're going to do now is, whenever this custom TextView class is called or created, we're going to apply our custom font. So let's create a new method, which we're going to call apply custom font. And we need the context for that. We need it because we're going to get the typeface we just talked about with our new font cache class. We're going to say get typeface, we're going to pass the context, and we're going to pass a name. So we're going to copy and paste it. And finally, we're going to call the set typeface method with the custom font. The last step is to call the apply custom font in every constructor. Whenever this custom TextView class is going to be created, it's applying the Source Sans Pro typeface. So lastly, let's look at a use case for this. So what we're going to have to change is go to the main activity, and then instead of a normal text view, we're going to use our new custom text view. Now, unfortunately, since this is our custom class, we need to use an entire package for it to work. The advantage is, if we go back to our main activity class, we can actually get rid of all of this, and it still has the custom font. So if we execute this, and check out our app, you will see it still has a custom font in the title, even though we don't have to manually call set typeface anymore. And if you want to change the typeface of this text view down here, you can simply change this text view to our custom text view, run the app again, check out the emulator, and we have our custom typeface in both text views. Super convenient, right? If you want to copy and paste the code and want to read over it one more time, check out the blog post in the description below. So in the next video, we're going to talk about font styles. So for example, if you want to apply the bold style to the title and the regular style to the text view down here. So stay tuned, and if you like the series, feel free to subscribe to us on YouTube to see the rest, and happy coding.